The question today is, how are you minding your own business? Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to Minding Your Own Business. I have my amazing friend, Brit Perkins.
Yep, that is my name.
I actually came to Boston just to make sure that I can get you in person on this video to have you on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
I mean, I can't imagine a better person on here. I think that you have so much knowledge to share, and I don't know, it's
That's so funny because I feel like I have nothing to share. This is gonna be a problem.
It's not gonna be a problem. But also, I think the point of the pod is always just the real conversations that we have when we're at dinner over our espresso martinis.
Yep, which we'll be doing.
Which we will be doing.
30 minutes on the dot.
On the dot. Or honestly, even our long distance friend wine dates, that's really what this is about. I think it's just about those conversations that you have one-on-one with someone that you care about, but now doing it here where whoever's listening to this, if they feel like they're going through something and they're alone or they're feeling stuck in their lives, that they can hear what we're talking about and hopefully feel inspired.
Love it.
And feel uplifted and kind of just feel less alone. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Perfect.
And it's a perfect cozy afternoon.
I know.
Rainy. It's the start of a new
It's actually
season.
so funny that we're sitting even here doing this now because I just had a flashback to when I met you.
Oh my god,
That was in Arizona, right?
That was in
Arizona, and you had that creepy Asian themed bedroom with the statues on the wall and the fans.
Yeah, the pandas.
That's where you were, right?
Staring
at
me.
That was
and
so
then,
bad.
unironically, my life is very Asian themed. And that's a story for another day. But yeah, that was the first time we met. But I honestly, that was how long ago now?
I don't even know.
5
It feels
years?
like a lifetime ago, but I guess it really wasn't even that long ago. What was that, 2022, 23?
It was 22. Yeah, it's been a while. 3.5, 4 years almost. You've seen a few evolutions of me, and I've seen a few of you.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's all been a lot of fun. But I guess we should probably tell them, Britt, what do you do? What's your job?
I am a photographer.
Who ironically is afraid of the camera. I love this.
No, this is terrible. No, I'm just kidding. It's great. Yep, I'm a photographer. I started 13, 14 years ago at this point. Yeah. And started dabbling with, family stuff, weddings, and now I'm fully shooting branding work and doing content creation for other business owners and a studio, and it's great.
Okay, so you're being really humble right now.
Okay,
so let me brag about you. So Brittany is an amazing wedding and branding photographer, personal branding photographer. She has an in-person studio, but she also photographs globally. You've been featured on People magazine. You've been featured on local Bostonian magazines, wedding magazines. You've gone viral on Instagram multiple times. You've photographed influencers, their campaigns, their book launches, their business launches, their podcast launches. Hello. You do so much. And not to mention, guys, she's the best mom.
Oh,
to her two beautiful girls.
I hope they would agree with that.
I think so. Right? And so I think that it's important to brag about you because the way that your story started has such a humble beginning. And I remember when I met you and I was like, how did you get into photography? You're like, well, this was something that I can do and still be with the girls. I manage my schedule. And I didn't really think it would take off. So can you tell us a little bit more about when you realized that this kind of side hustle and hobby was actually going to be something more for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, I think it's when I started making money. And I think that, what you were saying, it kind of turned into, or it kind of started off as I want to be able to take my kids to Starbucks and buy them coffee, or buy myself coffee and buy them their little cake pops and have fun at the park. And we were so dead broke at that point that I literally couldn't do that unless I figured out okay, how am I going to make money? And when I sort of started using my husband's stepfather had let me borrow one of his old Nikons, and I sort of just watched YouTube videos, read blogs, learned how to use it. And once I got kind of those, I was posting photos of my oldest daughter on Facebook, and I started getting the questions of like, oh, could you do like our Christmas card photo? And all of a sudden realized like, okay, I can actually monetize this. And used to put files on a CD like that. I'm like really probably aging myself here. I am decrepit.
What is a CD?
Yeah. Used to put them on a CD and literally hand deliver them to clients. So like not even put them in the mail. I would literally go, we'd either have a meeting place or I'd go to their house and drop them off. So yeah, I don't even remember what the original question was, but that's where I started.
That's amazing. And then so like you started making money to have disposable income to do nice things with the kids.
Yes, exactly. So then I sort of realized, okay, I can do this obviously with a little bit more strategy behind it. Started shooting weddings, which obviously was kind of in my mind like the way to make money. I worked for a little bit. My husband was in the Navy when this all started. So I started this down in Florida. We moved back to Massachusetts permanently. And I started shooting weddings up here. I got a job at a video production company where they kind of realized that I shot weddings and started asking me to shoot professionally for them. And once I started realizing how much money I could make doing it on my own, that's where I just sort of really decided, okay, I'm doing it. I'm going full time for myself, and the rest is history.
So at the beginning, like, how would you find your clients? Like, what were you doing that would help you stand out from, I guess, all the other photographers in your local area? Because when I think about like weddings, one, they're like very, very important. But also you see all the photographers or like the scale of them. And like, I know now as your friend, like you're one of the top wedding photographers in this state. So like, how did you
Yes, I agree.
Yes, you are. But like, how did you like get yourself in that niche and like really start to leverage connections and like really learn how to do it?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was pretty dismal. I mean, I was finding clients off of Craigslist, which like I feel like I would never recommend at this point. Obviously, I don't know, do people even use Craigslist anymore?
Yeah, no, they totally do, but like there has to be a crazy story.
It was like
there.
Honestly, some very sketchy situations. Do not recommend. But yeah, I think honestly, once Instagram started getting really big, that's where I really pushed out content. And it's actually funny because I was recording stories before I came in here about how I remember the first time posting on Instagram, up video, talking into the camera, and I literally thought I was gonna like throw up. I was so nervous. I was so stressed. I still remember the people who DM'd me that they were cringing watching it. Like, people will remember who you were.
Yeah.
Like, I know exactly who it was. But I think that, yeah, it was just really realizing, which like, it's funny, back then I didn't realize that I was building my personal brand, but that's what I was doing. And I think that really differentiated me from a lot of like what other, like the other photographers putting out perfectly curated content, which obviously I still try to do. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist with that, but I think there's a whole side to me that's not just here are my pretty wedding photos. So I think that's really what did it.
I think it's like that relatedness, because if you meet Brittany like in real life, like she's just like this really silly, goofy person. She will 1000% troll you. Loves a good drink, good pasta, and like good show. Like that's really who you are, and like you're just someone very relatable, and you show that side of yourself, and you're not afraid to like be unfiltered as much as like your work is excellent. You still show like the day-to-day life of who you are, and I think that's what also helps you stand apart.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I never really know. I mean, it's funny like hearing it from someone else how your content comes across.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it is what I do.
Well, I think it's also like when you talk about like you were building your personal brand and you didn't know it.
You didn't realize it, yeah.
Yeah, and this is ironic because like today personal branding is such a huge industry.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, you need a personal brand, you need this, you need that. And like I personally know, even thinking through like my personal brand story, like I've had so many phases of like who I used to be and like how I'm like evolving into this new person. And like I always feel cringe. Like I feel this is cringy sometimes too. And I'm like, I'm just gonna keep doing it until it feels good to me and I'm less terrified of it. And then at some point you stop thinking about it. But the irony of this is you were building a personal brand and now you're a personal branding photographer. So how did you transition from like that whole wedding season of your life into doing this now?
Yeah, so it was during COVID. I was obviously like, what am I going to do? So wedding industry was completely shut down. There was a few photographers in my area. I don't know if it was across the United States. I just kept seeing it pop up in like my news feed around Boston. There were photographers that were doing front porch projects. And so what that meant is they were going around the city or to their towns, whatever, and photographing families from their front porch to keep that whatever the distance was. And people were doing like really funny ones, like all in bathrobe. Like it was just like a cool project that photographers were doing to, I think, just literally keep themselves busy. And where we lived at the time was in the center of our town, like the main street. So there's a ton of shops and restaurants, and I kind of was like, all right, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it for the businesses in town to kind of showcase who they are, what they're doing, how they're pivoting, how you could still buy from them, that kind of thing. Yeah, but honestly, it just started as truly like, how can I help you? And I'm bored. Like, let's go. I want to shoot, let's create some content. And then I sort of started realizing that there was an actual need for that. Yeah. Like in general. I think it's obviously weddings are great and you're a part of someone's magical best day ever, but there's something really fulfilling about helping another small business owner succeed. And I think that really like lit a fire in me of like, this is what I want to be doing. Like this is.
Yeah.
So.
And that evolved from like your local community during COVID.
Yeah.
To now you're a global photographer. Like you can fly anywhere to do this for founders, and the type of founders that you're photographing, I don't know, like I've been friends with you a while now. Like I'm seeing as they level up, they still bring you with them.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, it's really great, which I'm so thankful for, obviously. Like, I know that that's a big part of getting into the circles that I've been in. But and I think that's where it cut, like, I think if you're starting a business, especially in the service-based industry, it's really start with literally just servicing people. Like, it's not about you. You know what I mean? So I think that like, it's just like, how can I be on set helping someone out? Like, I don't know if I'm articulating this correctly, but it's literally just serve people well and they're going to want to work with you again. Yeah. Like, it's that simple.
It's really that simple.
Well, and take good photos, but.
Well, and yeah, obviously do good work. But I mean, I remember the first time I went in there, you were photographing a few girls ahead of me. And the reason why I remember even flying all the way to Boston was because I loved how you captured me at a business retreat I was at. Like you were doing headshots for us. And I remember looking at that photo of myself and going like, this is the first time that I think I really look like me in a picture. And I don't look like I'm having a fake smile. I like how my hair looks. I like that you see my real face. And I had never had someone take photos of me like that. Usually if they were professional, they were like super airbrushed and overdone, or I didn't feel like that person captured my best angles. And I remember like in it was Arizona, when you took those photos, you adjusted my hair and you told me which way to stand and you told me where to pose and how to move. And I knew right then and there, I'm like, she's not just taking my picture, she's making sure that she like captures who I am. And I think that's something that a lot of photographers miss in, I guess, like taking people's photos.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes with experience for sure. And I think it's funny. So I get clients a lot who are like, I hired a photographer and they didn't tell me what to do in front of the camera the whole time. And I felt so awkward. Like I had to figure it out. So I think it just comes in time. But it's really, again, what it comes down to is making sure that the person in front of you feels so comfortable that they can be themselves. So I think that's really what you have to get them into the zone of. And I think when you're directing them and giving them directions, all of a sudden they feel like they can relax and you're going to make them look the best that they can. So that would be, I mean, I guess that would be my advice to someone who's like even just starting out, or even if you haven't, or even if you have been doing it for a while, just make sure, start with like the comfortability right when they walk in the door.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. How would you like position someone new starting out in the industry? Like how would you advise a young photographer who maybe is doing this as a hobby? Like how do they discern if this is really just a passionate thing that they love to do versus like, can they do this as a career? Or did you ever go through that moment yourself? I think you have to make the decision of, I need to start running this like a business. Like, I think it just has to be the choice that you make. Do I want to keep this being a hobby? Do I want to keep this being like the side cash that my family can use to go on vacation? Or do I want to set up systems and workflows and really actively focus on marketing and getting clients and hitting a certain number every month and all of that? So I think I always say that because I have mentored a couple of photographers at this point. And it's just kind of like, if you're just shooting blanks and just kind of like, oh, hopefully this month goes well. Like, no. Like, what is the plan? What is your goal? How much money do you want to make a year? We got to figure out how much you're making. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you just have to make that choice. What do I want here? What do I want out of this? Do I want it to just stay fun? Or do I want to build a business? Yeah. And I also think like building a business kind of looks different for everyone, and like success looks different for everyone. So like how do you help someone identify what success looks like for them?
I think it's literally figuring out what they want.
Yeah.
Like out of life. I think it's like that simple, which is funny because you have conversations with people and people genuinely do not know. They can't answer that question. Or it's like a monetary value. You know what I mean? So I think, and it's funny because I feel like we've been on similar retreats before and like business coaching and whatever. But literally one of the exercises is always like, build your ideal day. What is your ideal day? What does it look like? What does it look like now? What does it look like 5 years from now? And how can you get from point A to point B? So it's really like, I mean, for me too, I'm such like a goal person. Like I need a goal to be working towards or stuff starts kind of sliding. You know what I mean? So, unless I'm like laser focused on it. So I think that would just be figure out what you want.
Yeah, I actually went through this exercise earlier this year where it's like, okay, you want a house, but what kind of house?
Yep. Where do you want to live? What is the town?
How many rooms?
Are you having children?
How many bathrooms? Do you want land? Do you want stairs? You know, like how far away from the airport do you want to be? How near a Target do you need to be? Like all those things really matter.
Lord, buying a house.
Yeah, buying a house is more than just buying a house. You don't know what your dream house looks like, then you don't know how to work backwards to earn what you need to earn.
Which sounds so very basic, but I think a lot of people are just kind of like, I don't know. Or like me, in fairness, like you start and you just have no, like, I mean, this has snowballed into something that I never thought it was ever going to be. Like I didn't picture any of this in my even wildest, like I just didn't think ahead to the next week, let alone everything I'm doing right now. So
I also think though, like when you started out, you said the exact words, I was broke. Like,
right.
I just needed money for cake pops and Starbucks.
Yeah. Literally just wanted to go buy myself a coffee every day.
Yeah. And like, that's a luxury, right? Like I don't want to brew at home. I want to take my kids to Starbucks every day. And that's the goal. And then I think one thing that I've learned is as I achieve my goals, as I have like the privilege of like taking a step back from them, I then am able to see bigger goals because I'm surrounded by people who are also achieving more.
Of course.
Because I'm putting myself in different rooms. Like my goals 5 years ago were nowhere near the goals that I have today. Not because I didn't want them, but because I didn't know that they were possible because I wasn't in that room.
Right. And that's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. And you and I have those conversations too of like, once you're out of survival mode, now you can see what abundance looks like and you can define what kind of abundance you want in your life.
Totally. And I think the more you do the things that scare you, and I think the more you enter the rooms that terrify you and you feel like, oh God, I'm going to be like, I don't know, the loser here.
Oh my God, I feel like a loser all the time.
Like if you literally just step foot into those rooms and get over yourself, that's where everything changes.
And
today, I was literally like, I almost canceled this last week.
When I was like,
I don't want to do this. I'm like, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to talk about my journey.
Well, we coordinated
here
outfits.
We go. I know. Look at us.
We're matching.
We did not. We did not coordinate.
It was not on purpose. We just great minds think alike. That's it. We're friends for a reason. But I really do believe that. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes like I realized recently, like fear isn't because I'm like actually scared. It's like letting go of my ego of like looking bad in front of other people.
Totally. Like, and you can't, like, who cares?
Literally, who cares?
Well, and it's like they say, you never want to be the smartest person in the room. So, like, if you are, you're in the wrong room. Get out.
Yeah. But something else I realized, like, hey, I maybe cringe wherever it is that I'm showing up that you're making fun of me behind the scenes for, but hey, at least I did it.
Exactly.
Like, you're laughing at me behind your phone because you've never done this.
Yeah.
And I almost canceled today, too.
Like I canceled this whole trip.
I was like, I'm driving to Boston.
And you do this all the time. I'm like, what?
Yeah, to record this on a camera. Like, it's fine. Like, we can do this on Riverside. Why am I paying for production?
Oh my God.
Like, I'm so scared.
But like, good job.
Good job. We did it. Yeah, you. Nerds. I know, we totally are. But I think, like, that's the point, because like, we can look up this episode in however long and then laugh at ourselves.
But be like, we did it. Let's go.
We did it. And who knows, like, maybe I'll be sponsored by them and I'll be on Dear Media.
You're going to, yes. I love this for you. We're manifesting this right now.
Yeah, we're going to be on Dear Media.
When is that happening? Let's put the goal to it. 5 years?
Ooh.
3 years? 2 years.
I think we can do it in 2.
Let's do it in 2.
Let's do it in
Yes.
2. Okay, another high five. Look at this. We're just
All right.
manifesting. Dear media.
All right, Michael Bostic, you hearing
Okay.
this? Dear media, let's go.
I'm unwell. I'm channeling my Alex Cooper energy.
No, you're Victoria. energy.
I am Victoria energy. But like that's the thing though, is like when you say your goals out loud, they actually happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you put a time to them. And then you work every day to make sure that you don't let yourself down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I completely agree. It's funny. I was looking at my P&L, which is like the most unsexy thing to
terrible.
look at.
I'm cringing just hearing that.
Because we made some hires and like I had to look at the P&L to make sure like I did projections.
Yeah.
Like, can we afford new employees?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Shit.
Yeah,
How
that's
many,
important.
how many more new clients do I need to afford these new employees? Plus, I don't want them to just make what they're making. I want to pay them more. Like for me, it's always just about like, how do I create a great workplace where like people want to stay and like build their lives here? So you're doing all the numbers, and then I realized, and it's so funny when you like write down your goals a while ago and you don't look at them for a while. And I was like, holy moly, like we hit our monthly revenue goal, and I didn't even realize I wrote the goal down in January. But we've been doing it, and that's why I'm like, oh, I can breathe. Why is it so easy? And it's like, no, it wasn't easy. It took 5 years to get to a point where we can hit revenue goals, and I don't think about it. But like that's the thing, right? Like when you were on People magazine, you probably never thought that was
that was not even a thing.
It wasn't, because it was just Starbucks and cake pops.
Right. And now I'm like, okay, how do I get into People every year?
Yeah, and Vogue. Everywhere else.
Right.
That's the thing, right? And so I think what I get from this is just more of like, have clear goals, know what you really want, but also don't be afraid to do the things that are going to get you to the next step. And I think that also is really important for people starting out, because you did it as a survival mechanism. And I think I relate to that story a lot, because there's so many like odd jobs that I've worked because I was dead broke. I didn't have money. Like I don't come from money. We don't come from money. So we know what it's like to bust your ass to have the luxuries that we have, right? And I think what you and I always read on is like having that like quiet day where it's like, oh my God, like this is my life.
Like we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We freaking did it. Right? And we're still doing it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm like, this is like every year I always say this feels like just the beginning.
Oh my God, 100%.
Like it's like every year there's something new. Yes, exactly. It's like the bar has been raised. Let's go. Every
Again.
time. Yep.
Every time. Yep. Give it what's next? What's this new year gonna bring? And so I love that. I guess like last question to round things out. When you think about your goals, like do you have like a certain like time of year that you do it? Do you how often do you revisit them? And like is there like a certain like secret sauce that you use to like clearly visualize those things, or like how does that come about for you?
I would say the beginning of the year. I mean, as cliche as it is, like really just like looking back on the last year, figuring out what worked, what didn't, what do I want for this year. It's funny, at the beginning of the year, husband and I were like, we're gonna have these quarterly meetings, we're gonna check in, we're gonna like be like, what do we want to do in life with the kids, with the house, like all the different things. And we have done that once, so didn't really work out there. But I will say, I mean, I feel like I'm just someone who's constantly thinking about it. Like, I don't even think there is a time that I ever turn it off. It's like that meme where it's like, you're up at 2 a.m. writing a business idea down. Like, I just feel like my brain's never shutting off, which maybe is a problem.
My team's officially like gotten mad at me because they know I wake up at 3 a.m. and like can't sleep anymore, so I start.
So you're like literally start
working.
emailing. Yeah, exactly.
I start
so
emailing.
I think that might be a problem, but I think that again, if you have those clear, like it just have the clear goal, so you can once you hit it, you're gonna feel great about yourself. Or if you didn't, you're gonna be like, oh, I still worked on this every day to make it happen. Like, okay, great. What do I need to shift or adjust to continue to do so?
Yeah, and I think that's like the key part, right? Is that consistency. I know, like before we came,
it's doing the reps. It's all in the boring stuff.
It's
literally.
If you want abs, it's not just about I went to the gym once. It's like no, I have to eat right,
exactly,
and cardio and
it's
exercise.
Literally all the basics everyone tells you. Just actually doing them.
Literally, just
like do it.
Sorry for the creepy ways. No, but like really, just do it.
Yes,
because I think you asked me before the camera went on, like. How long have we been doing this? We've been doing this a year. When do we expect to monetize? Like, I don't make anything from this, but it's really just about like being consistent, because this will be something.
Right.
But if I don't create the content, then no one's going to know it exists.
Exactly.
So I just have to keep at it and not give up and like see that at least if one person hears us talking today, I know there's going to be one person out there that listens and resonates and that it can impact them. And that's all I care about.
Yeah, I love that. And that's what we were saying at the beginning, just serving people. Like, how can you help someone else? Help me help you.
Yeah. But also when you come with like such like authentic intention, makes everything better, because like people can feel your energy. Like people know your intention. If like you're just trying to sell someone on something, it's like she just wants to make money. It's a scam. Like I just paid all this money for this thing and like I didn't get anything from it.
This person doesn't even care. Yeah.
This person doesn't care about me.
Yes.
Like they didn't even talk to me once and I came all the way out here to meet them. I was so excited. Or it's, hey, this person gave me all the time and attention. Like they went above and beyond, like way out of scope. Know that they did, and we still didn't get the results that we wanted, but because they cared, like I'll show up again for them. Like I'm willing to put it in. Yeah. And I think
I agree.
So important. Okay, we're gonna do rapid fire.
I don't know what that means.
Rapid fire basically means that I'm gonna ask you the first question that comes to my mind, and then you have to answer the first answer to your mind.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Okay. I think I might know the answers to some of these, but we're just gonna have fun. What is your go-to nail color?
Lisbon wants more every time.
Drink of choice,
like
coffee order.
Drink. My coffee order is from the Ultimate Perk, downtown Andover, Massachusetts. Iced cinnamon sticky bun with milk.
Ooh, I haven't had that there.
It's very good.
Sounds yum. Oh my gosh, I had a good one and I totally forgot. Favorite current reality TV show? Oh my gosh, come on, don't lie. I watched Golden Bachelor with you.
Oh, that's true. Well, that's probably the last time I've watched reality TV.
Oh my god. Okay, what are you watching right now?
Me and the girls are rewatching Gilmore Girls.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a good one because we can all be like doing other things. Like I can sit, be editing, they can be doing like whatever on their laptops, and we can just listen.
Coexist.
Yes, exactly.
Team Conrad or Jeremiah?
I hate that show. I was a very strong Team Jeremiah up until this season. And it wasn't even the cheating. It wasn't even all that stuff. I just think they made I think they did his character dirty. I think he turned into like a whiny, annoying. Yeah. I just didn't like it. I just was like, seems like a 180 from what he was. But maybe I need to go back and rewatch, and it really was who he was the whole time. And I just didn't notice. I guess I just don't really like either of them, if I'm being honest.
I have to be really honest. I haven't even finished it because it hasn't caught me. And I'm very disappointed.
No, I think none of them need to end up together. And they should all go their separate ways.
All just find their own people and not commingle. Favorite place you've traveled to?
I mean, I feel like I gotta say Martha's Vineyard, even though that's a boring answer because it's right in my backyard. But I feel like that's just one of my favorite places ever.
Is there somewhere on your list that you'd want to go?
I would like to go back to Italy. I shot a wedding there a few years ago, and I feel like I didn't get to see as much as I would have liked to. And I am currently planning a trip to Greece. So,
okay, not too shabby. Not too shabby.
And what about you? Am I allowed to ask you a question?
Oh, yeah, that's not how this game goes, but I'll do it.
I'm like, you are so well traveled. What's your place?
Favorite place that I love to go to is London.
Okay. I don't know. Never been. Gotta go.
And I always go in the winter, which is like weird because people don't like that, but I actually like winter.
Interesting.
And then place I would like to go to is the south of France. I haven't been there yet. But I am planning a trip to Ireland soon.
Oh,
so that'll be cool.
Okay. There's just so many places that I have not seen that I would like to go. So I feel like that list is just huge.
Yeah, mine is too. We should go somewhere together.
All right, done. Let's should we do another high five?
I think we should. It's a good way to end out this episode. I guess my last question is, where can people find you online?
On Instagram, really, primarily, at Brit Perkins with an underscore at the end.
Okay. Right. Perfect. And if you're in Massachusetts and want to pop into Brit's studio, is it by appointment only?
It is. Okay. You can email me.
Email her.
DM me. Slide into my DMs.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. This is awesome. Thanks for popping my podcast, Sherry.
My pleasure. Yeah, you are. Sorry, Ben. Well, thanks for tuning in wherever you're going, wherever you are. I always appreciate you for supporting the podcast, and stay tuned next Tuesday for our next wonderful episode. We've got more juicy conversations coming your way.